Plan. It's not a survey of the entire 200 plus acres, but I don't think that's necessary here. The ZBA didn't feel it was either, since we're just focusing on the core area here. We felt this could serve as your site plan. It does need a couple of things added to it as the memo lays out. I'll go through those. There's 3 of them. It's comment number 2 of the memo. The first one, any outdoor lighting proposed, any landscaping, we should show that. I know Howard had some questions about lighting to the ZBA, and I think the CAC submitted another letter to you.
Yep, we've got it.
Asking about that. So it wasn't clear if there was any new outdoor lighting as part of this, and if there is, we just asked that it be dark sky compliant, and you show us those fixtures.
Is there any new outdoor lighting? I didn't see any, but I just wanted to clarify that if there was
outdoor lighting we're doing on the expansion is that there's going to be a light right next to the door. So if someone's coming in and out of the door, they can see the steps. We originally included it as an emergency light, but I was looking at options where it can be a motion detected light that is dark sky, so it's fully facing downward, and then with an emergency, battery backup in case it loses power.
Yeah, I think that should be detailed in the plan. Yep.
If you just have like a picture of the fixture and the specs, that would be great to have. But landscaping as well, nothing new, right?
There's no new landscaping around there. There is no new landscaping.
Okay. Space. The second thing was about erosion controls, right? To comply with section 335.1 of the code. Technically, we're stripping topsoil, disturbing topsoil, regardless of acreage. That there's a requirement that there be a erosion and sediment control plan that the planning board has to approve. Rather than having to come back for that after you try to get permits with the building department, there's precedent where we've had the site plan include that detail so that you can get that approval as well at this stage. So we recommend that if you know what is going to be used during construction, just around that area of disturbance, silt fences, whatever the case may be, you just show those on the plan.
I'll work with their
Okay. And then this third was just the appropriate signature blocks that for the planning board and the owner, which I've included examples of in the memo for you. Other than that, there's no other variances needed, no wetlands issues. It does need a public hearing. And unfortunately, they have to come back because you can't rely on the ZBA's hearing. So there'll be a separate public hearing for the planning board. And there'll also need to be a county referral for this one because it's a site plan, technically requires that. So if we make that referral tonight, we'll wait the 30 days that they take to get back to us. And I think by the time, if you set a public hearing for the next meeting, we should have a county response. We should be able to make a decision at that point.
Right.
Section 685, it's in the law, so it doesn't have to be in the plan. They will enforce it on lighting. I gave it to you already.
Yes.
She's going to put that on the site plan.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This is height of the poles and no glare and stuff like that.
No poles. It's just like a door light.
No, I'm just saying that they won't enforce anything in that code. It's not new. It's already in the code. So you just, when you plan, be aware the building inspector will come up and look around and he'll look at this and you're in violations, but you're not going to be.
Right.
Do any of the planning board members have any comments or questions?
Is this plan in any way tied with any change or expansion of the business, frequency, volume of shooting or location in any way?
No. So when customers come in, they can either bring in their own guns. They're all shotguns. No rifles or handguns. They bring in their own, or they can rent one on the property. So this is really going to be primarily for more gun sales, specifically shotguns. So really it's trying to convert the people who are already walking into the business, into the building, to convert them to buy their own products as opposed to just renting them. ORVIS has recently brought their gunsmithing shop to Millbrook, to the property, so from Vermont, so that they have everything related to guns here, so you can customize and repair them and whatnot. So, but they really don't advertise. They don't expect really more customers to come in. It's really just to convert some of their existing customers with a sale.
So it's not tied to a planned expansion of the business.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
That's a good question. Anybody else have any questions? I thought it was pretty straightforward, and I think it's kind of nice that they went to the ZBA first, worked out a lot of details that we don't have to work out. So,
Carried the
but there was a lot of detail there, and the maps were great. The drawing, their photos were great too. So, can we make a referral to the county planning?
Do that tomorrow morning.
Okay. And then do we need to take a vote to put on for the public hearing on November 7th?
I think so.
We have to take a vote for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get a motion to schedule the public hearing for the ORVIS and NONA expansion for the next meeting, which is November 7th?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous. Okay. So all the things that we've talked about, the more detailed lighting on the photo, the sediment control, the signature blocks, if we would have to get that to Kristen 2 weeks prior to the November 7th meeting, which is October 24th. Do you think that would be doable?
Yes.
Okay. So the deadline to Kristen is October 24th, and we will put you on the schedule and do all the notifications for the public hearing for November 7th.
Right.
And we'll make the referral to the county planning. And I think that's everything for the ORVIS application.
Well, so they don't need a special use permit then, just a site plan from us.
That's right.
That's the ZBA did that. We're just doing the site plan.
There's okay.
Yep. That's my understanding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Great presentation.
Kristen, do you need any of these maps or anything?
No, I think I have everything.
Okay.
No, I brought lots of copies. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very nice.
See you.
Do you have anything?
I'm gonna look in the plan by the see.
The last item on the agenda is the Cardinal Hayes property. And we received a letter, and I want to enter that letter into a public record. So if we could post it, Kristen, if we could post it on the files for documentations for this meeting so that the public can see it. It was a letter from the building inspector for the town of Washington, Mr. Finley. And the Cardinal Hayes is, let me grab the letter, is converting some space on their location. And his recommendation is that it was pretty minimal and that a site plan review and approval would not be required because of it's a minor change that requires a building permit, but not a site plan review. And after reading through the information he provided, I would tend to agree, but the whole board should, if you guys are, everybody okay going with his recommendation?
I am, and I assume that if something changes and it requires something more,
He'll come back to us.
Yeah, I mean, they're just looking to expand the available space for new clients.
Right.
And so I think it's a very good positive development.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll enter the letter into public record so everybody can have access to it. And I don't think it requires any further work from the planning board. Does any board member have any other matter that's not on the agenda for discussion? At our next meeting, we will add the wetlands review and discussion to the agenda. We'll wait, so make sure you have time to review it. If you have any specific comments, you can email them to Susan. I think it'd be nice for her to include them before the next meeting. And also, we're waiting. Was sent to
Steve Marino.
Yes, and so we'll have Steve's input too, which would also be nice to have for our discussion. So we will plan to have discussion at the November meeting.
And Aaron, will you have comments?
Yeah, we'll probably have some thoughts on it too. I wanted to wait for Steve to confirm that he got it and that he's actively reviewing it. And sounds like he is.
Sorry, good.
Yeah. So
he did comment on. He helped us with the changes. So
he did.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah. So
great.
He's great. Somewhat part of this.
Great.
Great. Okay. Nobody has anything else? Then I'll ask for a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
A second.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So adjourn the meeting.
Well done.
26 minutes.
I drank so much of that spin. It's so good, isn't it?
Are you there, Andrew? Okay, sorry we couldn't make everything else work, but we wish you could hear.
That's all right. The audio kicked in at the end.
Okay.
globally.
Okay,
So it's
good.
fine.
Okay,
That
well,
works.
thanks for joining
Thank
us.
you so much.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, this company.